begin tonight with round two of the Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump presidential debates, and the nominees came out swinging.
We have seen him insult women. We've seen him rate women on their appearance, ranking them from 1 to 10. We've seen him embarrass women on TV and on Twitter.
If you look at Bill Clinton, far worse, minor words, and his was action. His was what he's done to women. There's never been anybody in the history of politics in this nation that's been so abusive to women. Who is a wonderful...
The tension and stakes of the contest could not get any higher. The debate took place at Washington University in St. Louis, Missouri. That's where we find CBS 4's Wei Zhang.
Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump did not shake hands at the start of their second presidential debate. The frosty tone continued as the two answered questions about the video released Friday, in which Trump was heard using vulgar language about women.
Yes, I'm very embarrassed by it. I hate it, but it's locker room talk.
I think it's clear to anyone who heard it that it represents exactly who he is.
Trump then brought up sexual misconduct allegations made against Clinton's husband, former President Bill Clinton.
He was impeached. He lost his license to practice law. He had to pay an $850,000 fine to one of the women, Paula Jones, who's also here tonight.
I am reminded of what my friend Michelle Obama advised us all. When they go low, you go high.
Trump also attacked Clinton on her deleted emails.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Anything to avoid talking about your campaign and the way it's exploding.
While the candidates started off attacking each other, the audience asked questions about more substantive issues, including health care and Muslim-American relations. Clinton went after Trump on his taxes.
People like Donald who paid zero in taxes, zero for our vets, zero for our military, zero for health and education. That is wrong.
Did you use that $916 million loss to avoid paying personal federal income taxes?
Of course I do. Of course I do. And so do all of her donors, or most of her donors.
Clinton and Trump have one last matchup next week.
And this country.
That was Wei Zhang reporting. We're going to bring in Facing South Florida's host, Jim DeFede. We always love your analysis, Jim. So simply, first off the bat, who do you think won?
All right, well, I think we look at this in sort of two terms. One, on the big picture level. On the big picture level, nobody wins. I mean, this was a horrible night all around. The last 48 hours have been a horrible time in American politics. You had the Republican candidate for president basically accused of committing sexual assault, and his response was to pivot to a former president and accuse him of raping women. This was as low a common denominator as you can get. So from that standpoint, the American public is vastly the loser. Now, from a political standpoint, which is what I'm here to try to analyze. From a political standpoint, in the first debate, Donald Trump had a really good first 20 minutes, and then he faltered through the rest of the debate. This was the reverse. Donald Trump had a hectic, neurotic, strange first 20, 30 minutes of debate where he was bringing up Bill Clinton and just throwing a lot of mud. But in the last hour, he seemed to finally learn that lesson of how to pivot, not answer the question that's being asked, and use it instead to attack Hillary Clinton. And on that level, he was effective. This plays very well to Donald Trump's base. He's excited his base again, and for that, he does well tonight from that standpoint.
So no definitive winner, in your opinion?
No. Look, both sides get something out of it that they want. Hillary Clinton gets Donald Trump trying to, again, defend those comments from the Access Hollywood tape by saying that it was just, again, locker room talk. That will not play well with women across this country. Donald Trump did not grow his appeal to voters. He excited his base. He kept his base intact, but he didn't grow anything.
And because of that video, speaking of that video, he's losing a lot of Republican support. Will that continue?
I think you're going to see more defections from the Republican Party against Donald Trump because of the way he acted in that first hour, or in the first half hour. But let's be clear. This performance tonight actually puts a lot of Republicans in a very difficult position. because Donald Trump excited his base, got that hardcore group of Republicans back on track with him, it makes it so much harder now for Marco Rubio, for instance, here in Florida, to definitively break from Donald Trump. If Donald Trump had gone out and spent an hour and a half basically imploding before our eyes, then Marco Rubio's life would have been a lot easier to say, I can't stay with him anymore. But because Donald Trump is going to be seen as doing well among conservatives, it's harder for Pat Toomey in Pennsylvania and Marco Rubio here in Florida to do that. And I just want to make one last point. We heard the most remarkable thing in tonight's debate. We heard a presidential candidate, for the first time, I think, in American history, say that if he's elected, he will seek to jail and imprison his political opponent. That is something we do. I mean, that is so anathema to what we have and hold dear in America that it's shocking in itself, but yet it's just another line in tonight's debate, and I don't know how all of these things will be processed by the public.
And quickly, do you think it swayed anybody? Any voters, undecided voters? I
think it may move voters more towards Hillary, the undecided voters, because I don't think there is anything that you could hear. If you were, again, the swing voters are suburban women. Let me speak for suburban women.
Right.
If you're a suburban woman, I don't know that anything you heard from Donald Trump tonight makes you say, yeah, that's who I want to vote for.
Okay.
So in respect, that then favors Hillary Clinton.
We will see what happens. Next debate is October 19th, Wednesday, and you're going to be able to watch it right here. And remember, stay with CBS 4 News and CBSMiami.com for continuing coverage of campaign 2016, now through Election Day. Thank you so much, Jim.